great temperature reading. It is 75 degrees as the Cowboys and the Rams go at it in this NFC playoff game for the opportunity to advance to the NFC title game. And our congratulations to the Miami Dolphins. They trailed 21-3. They came back, won the game 24-21, and eliminated the Cleveland Browns. Good afternoon and Happy New Year to you from CBS. We're going to have a lot of fun here today trying to figure out these two teams, the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. And to help us do so, we have two former Super Bowl coaches, in Hank Stram and Dick Vermeil. Each one of these players gets $10,000 today, plus an opportunity to move on for $18,000 more in the next game. Hank Stram, what are these Rams going to have to do to take care of the big bad Cowboys?
Jack, I think one thing is going to be very interesting to see whether Johnny Robinson is going to want to deviate from his basic plan and just run the football as much as he has in the past. I think to win against the Dallas Cowboys, they have to throw the ball a lot more on 1st and 10. They have to throw the ball quickly. They have to move the pocket a little bit. They still have to give the ball to Dickerson an awful lot because he's the key. But I think in the final analysis, anytime that you play against a team that plays man-for-man defense, you've got to throw the ball. Johnny Robinson feels they play so well defensively and with their specialty teams that whatever they get from their offense is going to be a big bonus.
Nick Vermeil, these two teams did not play each other this year. What are the Cowboys going to try to accomplish today?
Well, I really think the Cowboys will take a very patient approach with their offense because the Rams play super zone defense. They won't gamble. You'll see a lot of screens and draws, and you'll see the ball in the hands of Tony Dorsett. The Cowboys have won 43 and lost 3 with Dorsett running for 100 yards or more. You'll see the ball in Dorsett's hands as a receiver as well as a rusher. Defensively, I don't think you'll see much of a changeup. Dexter Klingscale told me, he says, Coach, we're staying with what got us here. We're going to disguise it a little bit more, and we're really zeroing in on what the Rams have been doing real well. Plus, we're really alert for the unexpected.
Well, we're going to have to wait a while before we see Ron Brown return to kickoff because the Cowboys have won the toss. There is John Robinson, and his Mike Lansford will be kicking off. Let's see if Tom Landry is smiling. Well, no, not yet. And we have a grass field here. Now the Rams play on this field all season long. The Cowboys, on the other hand, Hank, practice on a grass field, and they prefer to play on a grass field. That is, some of them do, including Dorsett.
Yeah, Dorsett, unusually for a young back like he is and grew up on synthetic turf, he would much rather play on grass than synthetic turf.
We have a new receiver. Well, he's played the last 3 games for the Cowboys, and that is Kenny Duckett to return the kickoff. He has averaged a little bit more than 19 yards per kick return. And the barefoot kicker, Mike Lansford, will thump it away, and it sounds like we're going to get a little more animation from this crowd here in California than we ordinarily get. Hope you enjoy the game. Duckett from the 3. 20. Uh-oh. Well, he got to the 25, and the ball came loose, but the ball was whistled dead. It was whistled dead. It belongs to the Cowboys as Nolan Cromwell made the tackle, and it was pretty much of a saving tackle. Danny White, the quarterback. Tony Dorsett, Timmy Newsome in the backfield. Tony Hill, full speed now, and Mike Renfro are the wide receivers. Chris Schultz at left tackle. Glenn Titensur at left guard. Tom Rafferty, the middleman. Kurt Peterson at right guard. Jim Cooper and Doug Crosby is the tight end, and the ball is at the Dallas 25. Dorsett broke 1 tackle and got 6 yards. He told us, Dick Vermeil, he said, it's going to be me all day long.
He expects to get the ball in his hands more as a receiver today than he normally does.
3-man front for the Rams, Reed, Dejeunay, and Reggie Doss. They're very good linebackers. They're Mel Owens, Carl Eckern, Jim Collins, Mike Wiltshire. Cornerbacks are Gary Green and Leroy Irvin. Nolan Cromwell and Johnny Johnson are the veteran safeties. Gary Green made that tackle, and it's 2nd and 4. Batted down. Well, it was Reggie Doss, number 71, getting his hands up in the air. That's what the Cowboys hope to do all afternoon against Dieter Brock when the Rams had the ball. Mel Owens put very good pressure on Danny White.
That was a play-action pass there that time, Jack, and you think on a play-action pass that it would hold the rush of the defensive lineman a little bit better than it did, but Reggie Doss didn't pay any attention to it and got the penetration that was necessary.
From the 31, 3rd and 4. This crowd is pumped up. Out of the shotgun, White. Little stunt, but they didn't get to him, and the pass was thrown behind Kenny Newsom. Incomplete, and the Cowboys will have to punt, Dick.
Jack, the Rams came up that time with a different nickel defense. I've done 5 of their games previous to this one, and they always played a 4-down lineman defense. That time they were in a 3-down lineman nickel defense. Little change-up.
They're changing it around. They've had a couple of weeks to put in a little bit of extra work. Mike Saxon will be the punter, and you know how exciting Henry Ellard is. 13-plus yards per punt return, 1 against the touchdown against the Eagles. We saw that game, Hank. Saxon, they almost got to it. And Ellard's going to have a chance to return this from the 29. And a pretty good starting position for the Rams from their own 36-yard line. We'll set their offense for you. Dieter Brock, the quarterback. Eric Dickerson is the running back. Tony Hunter, the U-back, or the other tight end. Henry Ellard, Ron Brown are the wide receivers. Up front, Irv Pankey, Kent Hill, Tony Slayton at center in place of Doug Smith. They tell us Slayton's doing a great piece of work. Dennis Harrah, Jackie Slater, and the tight end is David Hill, the ball at the Ram 36. 2 backs. Redden is on a wing, and Dickerson. Dickerson got about 5, tracking across the 40-yard line, and Ed Jones tackled him. It's a 4-man front for the Cowboys, and every one of them has played extremely well this year. Ed Jones, John Dutton, Randy White, and Jim Jeffcoat. Mike Hegman, Eugene Lockhart, and Jeff Rohr are the linebackers. On the corners, we have Everson Walls. Ron Fellows had a bad leg. He's back in there now. Dexter Clinkscale and Michael Downs are the safety men, and it is 2nd and 5. Batted down again. Well, looks like an instant replay, doesn't it? Ed Jones got his hands up. Now, you know that Dieter Brock is only a 6-footer, and Hank, they intend to do this all day long.
Yeah. The one thing that's very important, you got to keep the hands down of the defensive lineman. Watch Slater, number 78, on too tall Jones. He gets too much penetration, you see, and is able to leap above Slater and knock the ball down. That's one thing they must do if they're going to throw efficiently. They must try to keep the hands down of the defensive lineman of the Cowboys.
Tom Landry said he hoped to do that all afternoon. It's 3rd down and 5. 7 defensive backs for the Cowboys. Swing pass caught, and Hunter has it. And did not get a first down. The ball is out to the 44 with Everson Walls covering over there. That was a 3rd down play.
Hank, yesterday in talking with Jackie Slater, didn't he tell us he had planned to set much shorter on those 5-step drop passes than he did then?
Yes, he did. That's one of the things he was very emphatic about. He said that, talking to him on the field, he said, I definitely have to be aggressive. They cannot get penetration. And here on the very first play of the game,
they get it.
Yeah. Gordon Banks awaits the punt from Dale Hatcher. He'll pump this one high. He's the Pro Bowl kicker this year from the NFC. He'll hang it high. Get that one up there pretty well. And it's very well covered. Look out, and a fair catch called for at the 10-yard line. 4-6 on the hang time and a 46-yard punt to the Dallas 10-yard line. So each team has exchanged punts as they feel each other out at the outside. 46-yard punt.
Tim Hirschner of Cincinnati loves his Honda Civic wagon because he can fill it up with everything he needs to fill up his hot air balloon and still have room for the balloon. The Civic wagon. It's a lot bigger than it looks. No matter what you do in life, Dean Witter will help you plan your investments based on your individual needs. Everybody is somebody at Dean Witter. A member of the Sears Financial Network.
Have you looked at Allstate homeowners rates lately?
Wow. They're low.
You may be surprised how low they are.
You're in good hands with
a member of the Sears Financial Network.
This year, Federal Express is going to Europe. And to help celebrate, we've invited everyone who's ever been in a Federal Express commercial.
Our customers, I am the public speaking. I would just like to say this certainly is a momentous occasion. I am certainly moved by it all. And it will
We're going to make sending a package to Europe as easy and reliable as it is here, with 2-day service in our own planes to London, Paris, Frankfurt, Zurich, Amsterdam, and Brussels. Federal Express to Europe. Why fool around with anyone else?
No score here. We played 2 minutes. Hank Strand, Dick Vermeil, Jack Buck with you, and the ball is at the Dallas 10-yard line. Ed Jones knocks down a lot of passes.
You know, that's the 59th ball he's batted down in the last 5. You know, he's like throwing over a telephone pole, that guy.
He must have an incentive bonus in his contract.
He probably has it written in. They have everything else in those contracts nowadays.
Newsom is in the backfield with Dorsett. Tony Hill is to the right along with Renfro. Crosby on the left side. Rafferty will snap the ball. High formation. Quickie out here to Hill. Good for 5, 6 yards. How do you stop that one, Hank? Jim Collins made the tackle.
You're going to see this is just a little 3-step drop hitch pass. The quarterback in the right middle of your screen. Danny White, number 11, going to drop back. Boom, 1, 2, 3. Pop it out there, hitch. Tony Hill's got it. He whirls around. They're going to do this all day. Hank, I think, can try to keep the ball in front of that zone coverage and not gamble very often.
Yeah, I think that's a part of being patient. You have to be patient. And White said yesterday that he thought they were a very patient team.
2nd and 4. A delay to Dorsett. In, out. 1 yard. Nolan Cromwell got over to it. One thing they say about the Rams, Hank, no matter whether it's a pass play or a running play, they go to that ball out of the zone defense.
It was amazing how Nolan Cromwell that time got a jump on the ball. It looked like he was going to get a lot more out of the play than he actually did, but Cromwell really took a great angle and made the tackle.
Well, 3rd and 3. The Cowboys need 3 yards or they'll have to punt it again. What a beating Danny White has taken all season. He's hale and hearty now. He'll work out of the shotgun.
The Rams didn't go to their nickel defense on 3rd and 3.
They're in a 3-man front. Uh-oh. The whistle blew. The play's dead. The play's dead. Back upfield as the referee blew the whistle in the grasp of Gary Jeter. His 12th sack of the year back at the 7-yard line.
Watch Gary Jeter, number 77, right at the top of your screen. Look, he's going outside on Schultz, and Schultz just misses the block, and he gets the penetration, and gets the hook on him, and gets the sack. Gary Jeter, their designated rusher. Boy, he got a great outside rush that time.
So sacks and punts for the 2nd time to Henry Ellard, who's at midfield. The Rams should be in good shape when they get it. Cowboys think that Mike Saxon is going to be outstanding in the days ahead. And there's Henry Ellard. Saxon is out of San Diego State. Has plenty of room in the end zone. I don't know why the umpire has held things up here for a moment. I think it's the clock.
Clock problem, I think, there, Jack.
That's better than a ticker problem, I'll tell you that.
What's a ticker problem?
That's when the old ticker starts to go on you.
You have to worry about that at your age, huh?
You're right. 3rd and 3.
And Tom Landry's not going to have to worry about that, not with his demeanor.
Doesn't he look great?
Yeah, he does.
He's amazing.
Got a pulse rate of 41.
Really?
Now they're going to get the clock squared away. John Robinson doesn't get much more animated than Tom Landry. 2 good coaches there. What a good coaching job by the 2 who played earlier today, Schottenheimer and Schuler.
Yeah, a great job.
And Cleveland was ahead in that game, 21-3, but lost it 24-21. Okay, we'll stay right here and let you watch the snap from DiOssi. It's a good one.
Great punt.
Oh, yeah. Well covered. Look at that. All the way back to the 39. Uh-oh, there's a little bit of a lane. Inside the 40. 4-6 on the hang time. Jeff Rohr on the tackle. And the Rams have the ball at the Dallas 38. They really picked up yards on the exchange of punts.
At 150 than 10 miles per hour, engineers find the new Honda Accord LXI hatchback to be quiet and comfortable. At half that speed, you could find it to be twice as quiet and comfortable.
On June 8, 1984, the tornado struck Barneveld, Wisconsin. About the only thing left standing was the water tower.
After the tornado, people said this is the end of a small town. Barneveld said not this small town.
Around here folks will always get right here when something gets out of hand.
Just thought we can make it, we can rebuild, we can come back, and we have.
A place where people have a sense of pride. And that's what keeps them right here. Where you count on your own, you call it your home, and Miller's the beer. Miller's made the American way, born and brewed in the USA. Proud of the people who are drinking it today.
Miller contains no additives or preservatives. Purity you can see, quality you can taste.
Some towns are held together with nails and wood, but this town's held together with a lot of pride and a lot of family.
Miller's made the American way.
The Rams are right up here on top of the league in the punt return business. You can see this number one. And a great punt return was just demonstrated. And the reason it was so good, these people right up here did a nice job of holding up the coverage people right after the ball was punted. That allowed Henry Ellard, the fine punt returner, to get started off to his right, and also the speed people to get down and get the key block, as you will see come right here. To the right of your screen, you'll see Victor Scott, number 22. There, nice block there. The wall is down there. Here's another nice block. Now the good speed and movement of Henry Ellard getting outside the contained man, almost bringing it to the distance.
Back live now at the Dallas 38. That was a 53-yard punt by Sexton. First down pass. Brock throws inside the 30. And a big gain to Ellard. The 15, Eugene Lockhart tackled him. Boy, he zipped that ball to the sideline, Hank.
That's what they have to do. Play action pass. Look at Ellard coming off the ball. Look at Everson Wall turn the knees to the inside of the field. Look at the big cushion. Look at all the room. Look at all the time he's got. He comes up, misses the tackle, and Barry Redden gets a block downfield, and Ellard does a great job of running down the sideline, picks up a terrific gain on the play.
Lockhart stopped it at the 17. First down. Hunter on a wing. David Hill sets up to the right side, tight end. Here's a fake reverse. Dickerson moves to the 12 for about 5 yards, and Walls and Eggman tackle him. Simple little play like that really freezes people at times, Hank.
I think they have to be so concerned about the reverse to Ellard that they have to respect that, and that's why the play, faking the reverse and running the ball himself, Dickerson, was such an effective play at this stage of the game, picked up about 6.
You know, Hank, I think sometimes they do that, too, to prevent the strong safety from forcing right now. It sort of freezes him back there.
Yeah, it does. It keeps him right back there in the hole.
Second down, 5 from the 12. And he lost what he had gained. It's 3rd and 10. Dexter Klingscale came roaring through, and he was face-to-face with Dickerson.
You know, Dick, that time I was surprised. Everson Walls was back there about 10 or 11 yards deep, and Ellard was out there one-on-one. I thought sure they changed the play and go to him, but they ran right where all the folks were. It's amazing, isn't it?
Evidently, they were either going on a quick count or the game plan does not call for an audible in those situations. I'll tell you right now, though, Dallas's nickel defense, they used to come after you in blitz situations inside this 20.
3rd down and 9. Look at them all up there on the line of scrimmage. They have 7 defensive backs. And he overthrew Ellard in the end zone with a good pump fake, and then the pass. Michael Downs was covering rather well on a field goal chance for Mike Landstrom.
Don Smerrick that time, number 60, got good penetration and made him throw the ball before he actually wanted to. Watch Smerrick in the middle of the screen, number 60. Watch him come off, uses his hands well, keeps coming, and finally he evades the blocker and gets to the quarterback, and Dieter Brock saw it coming and got rid of the ball to make sure he didn't get a loss.
Dills holding at the 23. Steve Dills, a 33-yard try by Lansford.
He's 9 for 12 this year for that distance.
And 22 out of 29 overall. And the home club, the Rams, go on top. 33 yards, 9:41 left in the first quarter. Well, they gained the good field position and cashed in.
Soon someone who doesn't know anything about you could assign you a new long-distance company. They won't know how much AT&T's clear long-distance connections mean to you. Or our personalized customer service, our worldwide calling. They won't know unless you tell them. AT&T long distance for over 100 years. When you reached out, we were there. And you can keep it that way. If you're asked to choose, make the choice yourself. Send in your ballot.
State Farm is there when disaster strikes.
It was on a Sunday morning. A tornado leveled this house and several others on this block. One of them belonged to my policyholders, the Roberts family. Monday morning, I got the State Farm disaster crew over there, and they got right to work on their claims. 3 months later, they were in their rebuilt house. Thankfully, the Roberts didn't need their life for health insurance, but their home and car insurance sure came in handy.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is
Honda Prelude SI. We haven't put all the fun at your fingertips. There's a little something for your right foot.
Tonight, the world's ultimate hero battles its supreme villain when Marlon Brando, Gene Hackman, Margot Kidder, and Christopher Reeve star in the original Superman.
There's the shot from the Goodyear blimp of our scene here. There's Lansford. And he kicks off to Kenny Duckett, who used to be with New Orleans. He'll take it from the 2. To about the 26-yard line. Here's a fella put the Rams on top.
Yeah, Lansford, you know, it's amazing. He's made only 5 of his last attempts at home, but he's kicked 12 of 14 away from home for 86%. That's kind of interesting, isn't it, that he missed at home?
Yeah, I know it. But, you know, overall, he's kicking above league average. He's batting right now 758, and the league average for the whole year is 722. So you've got to give him credit for having a good year, Hank.
Oh, no question about that. He is having a good one.
Vince Newsom made the tackle on the kickoff, and from the Dallas 25, Newsom and Dorsett in the backfield. Newsom in motion. Toss to Dorsett. 2-yard gain. Hauled down by Leroy Irvin. He's a Pro Bowler this year after, remember how they used to burn him early there on the corner, Hank? And he was a great punt returner. Now he's a Pro Bowler on the corner.
And they don't have to worry about him returning punts, and he was one of the very best in the business, but they like him so much in the corner, they want to make sure that he's fresh enough to play the corner.
That's right, and he still holds the Ram punt return records. Of course, Ellard's going to pass him up.
Dorsett got 2. One throw to the right, Tony Hill to the left. Short pass, and Dorsett is shy of a first down. It'll be 3rd down and about 2 coming up with Eckert and Collins, the 2 inside linebackers, tackling Dorsett after a missed tackle.
Tony Hill, fine wide receiver from the Cowboys, was upset that time. And he ran a post pattern down behind the free safety and actually got down there open and was very upset that Danny didn't find him.
I didn't know they got upset when they didn't get the ball thrown, did they?
You know, I used to hate is that receiver that would stand there with his hands on his hip and look at the quarterback, you know.
How about when he looked at the coach?
3rd and 2. 6 defensive backs. Gary Jeter is in there on the front line for the Rams. Collins is playing up tight at the linebacker spot along with Newsom. And Dorsett gets a first down and is wrestled down by Johnson. Dorsett told us last night, he said, it's going to be me tomorrow, fellows. It's going to be me.
you're going to notice to the left of your screen a man coming in motion. He's going to crack back from the outside in, and the left tackle, number 66, in the middle of your screen is going to pull out and kick outside, and Dorsett finds the hole right up inside behind Glenn Titensor, number 63. Well-executed toss-crack play.
That's the first Dallas first down, out to their 47. Still in motion. Out here to Crosby. Into Rams territory. Down near the 46-yard line. They can spray the ball around, Hank.
Yeah, and they know what they have to do against the zone defense. They have to be patient. They have to throw the ball short in front of the defensive backs and behind the linebackers. And then when they get the opportunity for the big play, they'll take it.
And what did Danny tell us? He says, we have some big plays planned, but we have to use them in the right time in the critical situations and get it done at that time. Otherwise, it's a gamble against that zone defense.
Bill Owens made the tackle, and it's 2nd and 4. Newsom back in there. He is on a wing. Crosby to the left. Newsom in motion. Dorsett. Newsom with a good block, and Dorsett has, well, he didn't get quite the forward yardage I thought he did. Reggie Doss made the tackle very close to a first down.
An unusual play, a tight end trap from the outside in. You're going to see Big Cosby here pull and try to trap as they run outside that trap block. Unusual. You don't see that play very often. See him pull a trap. There he gets the nose guard, Divisional number 70, and he just about gets through there.
It is a first down at the Los Angeles 43. The second Cowboy first down. We have 6:45 left in the first quarter. The Rams lead 3-0. Caught by Cosby for 3 yards.
Danny's doing a nice job of remaining patient. You know, and I'll tell you this. It takes a lot of guts to remain patient. You know, you keep throwing those 4- and 5-yard passes and the fans start rumbling a little bit. That's an advantage of playing here, Hank, I think, rather than in Cowboy Stadium. But you have to remain patient.
I think the other thing that's interesting about being patient, Dick, is the fact that most quarterbacks, you know, they want to throw the ball deep. Or they love to throw it deep, so that is quite a problem sometimes for the quarterback. They have to throw it short.
White's 4 out of 6. They've been going run, pass, run, pass. The last one was a pass play. Now the run to Dorsett. 3rd down coming up as Eckern made the tackle.
The last time they were in this situation, the Rams did not go to a nickel defense.
One of the Dallas players has been injured. And they're out tending to him, and the clock stops with 5:46 left in this first quarter. 3-0 the score. The Rams on a 33-yard field goal by Mike Lansford.
Where I come from, folks stand proud and tall. You know they're always sincere. It's where your word is your word. A friend's a friend, and Miller's up here. Miller's made the American way. Born and brewed in the USA.
Miller beer contains no additives, no preservatives.
Miller's made the American way.
I saw this demonstration on TV, but I didn't believe it until I tried it myself. On this side, I feel a tingling sensation with Denorex. Here with Selsun Blue, nothing. The tingle tells me that Denorex is doing more.
Both have dandruff medicine, but Denorex adds an extra anti-itch medicine many dermatologists recommend.
Feels really good. Refreshing. So long, Selsun Blue. Hello, Denorex.
Denorex shampoo or shampoo and conditioner fights dandruff and its itch with an extra relief medicine. Honda Civic CRX SI. Just how fast is it?
Heart disease, kidney disease, and blindness have a common warning sign.
Kurt Peterson walked off the field with that injury.
You're going to see him come off the ball right here and be taken on by the linebacker and work this way, and his own offensive tackle comes over and hits him in the leg. See him working across the field right there. Now watch him right there. See him get his right foot caught up underneath him, and down he goes. Jimmy Collins made a nice play.
3rd down and 3. Broderick Thompson is at the right guard spot. Danny White in the shotgun. The blitz is on. Same guy, Gary Jeter, his second today. How does he get in there all the time, Hank?
He gets a good job, great anticipation on the right side, number 77 on Schultz. Now look at here, he comes on the inside. He sets him up on the outside, comes inside, and then under good control and makes the sack. And I talked to him right before the game, Dick, and he said, I'm going to have a lot of fun rushing this guy on the inside.
Yeah.
And there was a great illustration of it.
It was. He said if he has his right hand down, I'm going inside.
Mike Saxon will kick for the 3rd time. And Henry Ullard is back. And he'll let it go. Oh! Did that go out where I thought it did?
Can't do any better than that.
On the 3-yard line. Holy smokes. What a good kick by Saxon. During the year, he had 21 out of bounds inside the 20. He picked a perfect spot for this one. A 45-yard punt out at the 3.
You can't do it any better. Watch this ball coming right down to the right corner of the end zone. Down it goes, right to the very corner of your screen. Can't do it any better. And you know something, Hank? This is when you're glad as a coach that you emphasize the running game. You might have enough horsepower to brood it out of there.
Yeah, you got to blow it out of there some way, get some room.
5 minutes left in the first quarter. Rams leading 3-0. Dickerson. 2 tight ends. That gives him a little breathing room out to the 10-yard line. Eugene Lockhart made the tackle. Kurt Peterson limped off earlier with a bad left knee. We'll tell you more about it when we get the info. Sun is shining. The lights are on here at Anaheim Stadium. This is where the California Eagles play baseball. Redden joins the backfield. 2nd down and a long 2. Dickerson has a 1st down.
You know, one thing I think is important, Dick, when you play against the Cowboys, a lot of people think you ought to run away from White, but I think it's better to run at him because at least you know where he is. You get a head on him, and you keep him in one space. The other times, he's all over the place. You can't block him.
He always gave us a headache regardless of where we ran. If we ran at him, he whipped us. If we ran away from him, he chased us down. I was just fortunate I wasn't carrying the ball.
When you were coaching the Eagles.
Yeah,
do they like you down in Dallas?
Oh, I think so.
From the 14-yard line. 1st down. Dickerson tried to slide outside, and Clinkscale came up very, very quickly. We visited with Clinkscale last night. He looks a lot like Johnny Mathis to me, doesn't he to you, Hank?
I didn't hear him sing, though.
No.
He is very articulate.
He played a tune on Dickerson that time at the 16-yard line. 2nd down and 8. Hunter's on a wing. There are those big Cowboys right in the face of that 6-footer Dieter Brock. He was trying to stand on his tiptoes to throw the ball.
Too Tall Jones again that time got penetration. Didn't look like he had any kind of a block on him at all that was worthwhile because he got in there right before he was trying to get rid of the football. He took a short drop, a 5-step drop, Jack.
And Dutton got a piece of the ball also.
Take a look at Dieter right here. He's going to come back there. Look at him. He sets short, looks one way, then comes the other way. That takes too much time. When you set short, you can only afford to look one way and throw the football.
3rd down and 8. It's unusual for the Rams. They usually run the ball in a spot like this, and it's batted down again. Well, they're going to put some elevator shoes on Dieter Brock at halftime.
Either that or some springs in his shoes or something.
Randy White got a piece of that one. Brock's 2 out of 6.
Watch Randy White, number 54, right in the middle of the screen. Look at that. He gets penetration. Now he stays there, and watch him. There he comes. He jumps up. The ball was thrown way too low. Now the other thing you have to be concerned about is Dieter Brock throws the ball sidearm a lot.
They were really coming after the punter, catcher, and on the dead run with the ball is Gordon Banks, and a big tackle. Ed Brady made the tackle. Well, we've got this action for you today on CBS and more tomorrow with the Giants at the Bears. I was looking at the weather forecast, and it's going to be in the mid-20s there tomorrow, and it starts with the NFL today at 12 o'clock Eastern Time. Brent Musburger will pack his bags from here and with Jimmy the Greek and Herb Cross and the others and go to Chicago. And then the Giants and Bears go at it, and it'll be cold, but the sparks will be flying in that one. You'll see it on CBS. The ball is at the Ram 45. Two tight ends, Cornwell and Crosby. High formation, Newsom and Dorsett. Dorsett's 9 yards deep.
Jack, did you see what they tried to do with Doug that time? He came across in motion and then got to the wing position to the right and then tried to hook the linebacker and toss the ball outside. Unusual use of motion.
He lost 5 yards.
And sometimes I think, you try to be so fancy, Dick, you fool yourself. You put a guy in a position where it's almost impossible to make the block if the timing isn't perfect.
I think he got the block if play broke down outside the block.
Collins, Gary Green were a big part of the defense. The ball is at the 50. Second and 15. Newsom leading Dorsett. 3rd and 10 coming up. Tackled by Eckern and Collins, the two inside linebackers. We get word it's a twisted knee of Kurt Peterson, and he will not be back in this game. That's a shame. In this half, he won't be back. He may come back in the second half. We'll watch that for you. He's a good right guard and one of the strongest people on the Dallas team. 3rd and 10. Into the game, Vince Newsom along with Jerry Gray for the Rams in their backfield. Gary Jeter's in there. Incomplete. He dropped it. A well-timed hit by Gary Green against Renfro, and he coughed it up.
You can see right in the middle of your screen, Renfro going for it. Now look at Gary Green attack. Shoulder pads down, helmet up, knees bent. He's putting him down. Form tackle. Well-coached defensive play.
Here is the 4th punt of the day by the Cowboys, Mike Saxon. Henry Ellard is back, along with Johnny Johnson. Let's see if he can get out of bounds again. He's got a shot at it. Goes into the end zone. And is it a touchback or not?
It's a touchback, I think,
It's a touchback. Yeah, the ball went into the end zone.
I didn't think it did from sitting up here, and I was sitting off at angle. To me, it looked like the Cowboys did a good job of preventing it.
It's a touchback. It went into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I thought it did too. I thought it was just barely in the end zone, and that's why they call it. Goes back out to the 20.
The referee today is Dick Jorgensen. We haven't seen a flag yet, and we have 57 seconds left in the first quarter. That was a 45-yard punt. From a reverse angle, let's watch the ball, the flight of the ball.
It's coming right down there to the left of the screen. See it?
Across the goal line. It was on the goal line, so that means it's in.
Did it hit the goal line?
Yeah,
it looks like it hit right on the goal line. Good call, Mr. Official. They do things right, don't they?
Well, especially when they're right on top of the play occasionally.
You guys are bad. Ball's at the 20. Dickerson, the tailback, with Redden. And it was dropped. Henry Ellard dropped that one. Thrown a little bit behind him, and I thought he had it.
Jeffcoat came in and knocked him down. That might have forced him to throw the ball just a little bit behind him.
Overall, they had pretty good protection that time. Yeah, pretty good protection that time. And the middle was really wide open. They were in a double zone that time, meaning that they got two outside people covered the two outside receivers. In the middle, it had to be open.
52 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Second and 10. Rams leading 3-0. Hunter in motion. White missed a tackle as Dickerson straight-armed him, and that made the play.
Jim Jeffco at that time. Watch how wide he is, the defensive right end, number 77. Look how wide he is. He's taken the outside, and White misses the tackle in the hole, but there's a big hole inside. And here's another miss by Fellows. Great running by the great Dickerson, and he goes right down the sideline for a big gain.
It shows you the advantage of being big and fast. The use of the straight arm, old-time football.
From the 46. It's the last play of the first quarter. Outside. Ballard, first down. At the 42 of the Cowboys with Everson Walls covering. And the first quarter has come to an end. Well, on a field goal by Lansford of 33 yards, the Rams lead